And this is what a tornado warning sounds like. G'day everybody and welcome back. Thanks for joining us. This one is our trip out of Memphis. The last video was Memphis. This time we are heading west to a small town called Little Rock. Our accommodation at Little Rock was yet another harvest house, a beautiful little farm with a startling building on it, which once upon a time used to be an orphanage. We were very, very aware that we were smack bang in the middle of Tornado Alley, and the weather conditions in spring are very favourable for tornadoes, so we were watching the weather very carefully, and whilst we were in Little Rock we could see thunderstorms moving our way, so we thought best to get out early and move west to try and avoid them. 48 minutes later we were in the town of Morrilton. 48 minutes later this happened. So we're in a little town not far from another place called Little Rock, about 1 hour west of it, and there was a storm warning, which we were aware of, so we made a point of getting down here earlier rather than later to miss the storm. Called into a shopping centre so Cindy could get her fingernails done, and bang, the storm hit. And then probably about 10 minutes later the tornado alarms went off, so the whole town's got sirens, and now the alarms have stopped, but the rain is persisting down. We're in the middle of quite a lot of water. You look over there, this car actually sitting in a puddle. And this is what a tornado warning sounds like when the sirens go off. It's quite common apparently for it to be very calm just before a tornado. There are two tiers of warning with tornadoes: is the tornado watch and the tornado warning. Of course, we're from Australia and we don't have tornadoes, so we were not too sure exactly how to react. The people in the nail salon were far better educated, as it turned out, and they said do not go outside, we need to take cover. And after packing everything in the van as quick as I could, I came in to join Cindy getting her fingernails done. Luckily, a tornado did not touch the ground in Morrilton where we were. It did, however, hit the town of Little Rock, which was 48 minutes away. It hit Little Rock, some 16 minutes from where we were staying earlier that day. And it tore its way through Little Rock to a position which was only 11 minutes from the position we had camped our van in the night before. How lucky were we?
That's what's out the window today.
Harvest host accommodation can put you in any number of businesses, and this was a stunning little brewery. However, there's not a lot that can be done about a train passing your back door. After our recent close encounter with the weather, we decided that it was best to head as far west out of Tornado Alley as quick as possible. So we set our sights on Oklahoma City and hit the I-40. A lot of trucks. Something you come to terms with pretty quick when you're travelling on the highways in America. There are a lot of trucks on the road. It seems that there are nearly more trucks than cars. So the rest areas are obviously set up for them to stay over for the night, or have a break of the driving, whatever the case might be. And while it was a little bit noisy last night with truck motors going for pretty well all of it, this is a pretty pristine little place, right next to the I-40. It's a little bit windy, so you may find it a bit hard to hear me. We've just pulled into a highway on the I-40. The I-40 becomes Route 66 And we are in Arkansas. Funnily enough, if you take the AR out of Arkansas, it becomes Kansas, they tell us. And you'll see right in the distance there, maybe, no, can't make it bigger, it's the Arkansas River. It's the Arkansas River over in the background. We've got a bit of a headwind, and there's Cindy. Oh, here she goes, where she is. And RV's sitting in here. And look at this A-class camper. We haven't seen too many motorbikes on the back of RVs. But there's one over here. He's got a off-roader on the back, and he's also got a road bike on the back.
Oh, Colorado. Lunch stop. Had a nice rest stop.
We were making pretty good headway at this point, and our accommodation for the next night was just outside of Oklahoma City with these fine folk. So we're missing our dog severely. So we kind of adopt everybody else's animals at the moment.
This one, the brown one with the white on her neck, is Calliope.
Hello Cadbury, you're going to say hi? They're all going to come back in again in a tick, aren't they?
Hello.
After a tour of the farm, we learned all sorts of amazing facts about alpacas, one of which is that alpacas hate rain. We could see this pretty quickly because as soon as it rained, they all headed straight into the barn.
You covered the rain? Hello. New friend.
Who's that? Who's that? Oh, I missed you. Where have you been? Where have you been, Cadbury?
What is that?
And at the risk of being spat at, we also learnt that they can be very, very affectionate.
Hello. What's this one's name?
This is Aolani.
Aolani. That's a pretty name, isn't it?
It's Hawaiian.
Hawaiian. You are just too cute. Hello, Connor.
The beauty of our Harvest Host accommodation is we get to experience all this and more. And as part of our deal, it's our responsibility to support their business with a minimum spend of $20 for the night. It wasn't too hard. Everything in this place had an alpaca feel, so I invested in some alpaca socks.
Hey Alan, how's your new socks?
Toasty warm. Well, today we are at a ranch sorting championships
Regional championships
in Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah, never thought we were going to be here. As we came into town, we spotted this and we thought we better go. Plus, it was free.
It's free.
Yeah. So took a little bit to find it, but wow. Needless to say, we knew very little about ranch sorting, but it was very, very entertaining. Luckily, we met a lady by the name of Kathy, and it just so happened that Kathy was one of the judges, and she was able to give us a real insight as to what ranch sorting was all about. Potentially the total ages, but more likely
Right,
the young.
right. Yeah, it doesn't matter your age except for the master's class. You got to be 50 years old, 50 and older. Exactly. So and then they have what's called a ranch hand class, and what that is it's where one person stays in the gate and the other one stays. So you can actually potentially you could ride with the same person. Try.
After an awesome afternoon at ranch sorting, we got back on the bike, headed back to our accommodation, and eventually had to kiss goodbye to our newfound friends.
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City itself is a very clean town, and naturally any opportunity to go for a ride was a good one, so we got on the bike again and went for a bit of a look around town. Many of us, of course, will remember the Oklahoma bombing back in April of 1995, and there is an exceptional monument in its honour to remember those who were affected. We took the time to go and have a look.
.903 represents the first explosion in the Oklahoma bombing in April 1995. So we're here today paying our respects to everyone who was lost and who survived and whose lives were changed in the Oklahoma bombing. Springtime in Oklahoma.
And as always, all great things must come to an end, and with that we got on the road again and headed west from Oklahoma City, headed towards our next destination, which of course was Amarillo.
Well, by Oklahoma City, and here we come, Route 66 in Amarillo.